Hi friends, I hope that this practice finds you well today. My name is Amber and we are going to be doing a beginner's yoga flow. Grab a couple of blocks or books if you have them, a couple of towels or blankets, and then if you'd like, you can grab a firmer pillow or a bolster for your final resting pose at the end of the practice. So to begin, I would love for you to find an upright seated position, whatever feels comfortable in your body. I normally like to sit up on a block because it lets my hips relax a little bit more, and then I can drop my knees down below my hips. If it doesn't feel good to cross your legs, you don't have to. You can come and sit with the legs straight. You can bring them out in front of you. You can sit in hero's pose, whatever feels good in your body. We'll be sitting here for a little bit as we ground down and begin some slow movements before we get up off of our mat. So please allow yourself comfort, and if for some reason you don't feel comfortable, you obviously have permission to make yourself comfortable. So adjust anything that you need. And then what we're looking for is a tall spine. So we just want to lengthen up through the back, drawing the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then letting your tailbone kind of relax down towards the floor. Your hands can be turned up. If you're feeling a little flighty today, maybe not so grounded, putting the palms down can kind of turn off that energy a little bit. So once you find this space, just kind of come to your breath. And I'd like you to start to notice the breath. How does it feel? You can notice the temperature of the breath, the pace of the breath, the sound of the breath. You can notice if the breath is, when you inhale, does your chest rise and fall, or does your belly expand and contract? Or maybe you're taking a full deep breath and you can take it all the way from the bottom of the belly to the tops of the shoulders. Just notice for a few moments. And if it helps, you can close your eyes here and just kind of tune in to what is happening with your breath. And of course, we never hold any judgment. We just kind of like to see where we are in the moment. We're not trying to be perfect by any means. We're just here. We're just enjoying this space that we have. So if you notice that your breath feels a bit shallow, maybe you can begin to deepen the inhale just a little bit. And then you can release the exhale a little bit longer. No need to count. You'll be able to feel it. Take a few more breaths here and just notice if the body is starting to kind of settle down, settle in. Maybe the shoulders feel a little less tense. Maybe you can feel like you can relax them down into a neutral position. You can begin to soften the areas around the face, such as the space in between the eyes. the cheeks, the jaw. You can even see if you can pinpoint the occipital bone in the back of the skull and see if you can find a relaxing space there. Allowing the body to settle down and in. And I would like to read you this really simple but nice quote as you look to your breath. And it's by Dana Falls from Breathe. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. So simple. So simple and true. And we find our breath to be relaxing and calming. We're much able to be open to things around us. It's much easier to not react when our breath is calm. Even if we can sit still for, 1 minute a day without interruptions and just listening to our breath, I think we might be amazed at what might pop up or what we can let go. Tension and thoughts, ideas that don't serve us. And making space and allowing this expansion for room to grow, room to learn new things and experiment and explore. So I would love to try a breath practice with you today. It's 6, 4, and 8 count breath. And if you are a complete beginner to yoga, I don't want you to stress over if the breath feels like you're taking in too much, or you can't take in enough, or you can't exhale enough. Do what you can. You don't have to stay with my count. Remember, I want you to be comfortable. So just the most important thing is that you are just breathing. I don't want it to turn into a thing. So just breathe to your best capability. So what we'll do is we'll inhale for 6, we'll hold for 4, and we'll exhale for 8. We'll inhale through the nostril and we'll exhale through the mouth, and we're going to make this nice whooshing sound. So if there's anything you want to get rid of when we do the exhale, this would be a grand time to do that. So finding the integrity in the spine, and you may keep your eyes closed here if they're not closed already. There's no need to watch the video. I will count you through the breath. So just taking a regular inhale and exhale. And then through the nostrils, let's start our count of 6. 1, 2, 3. Filling the belly, letting it move into the lungs, up to the shoulders, and pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth. Whoosh. Three, 2, 1. Inhale through the nostrils for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, whoosh it out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, whoosh it out, give it everything you got, pull that belly button towards the spine, be slow for 3, 2, 1, one more round, inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you've got this, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, last time, let it go, whoosh it out. For 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your normal pace of breath. Beautiful. Draw the hands together at the heart space. And please allow yourself to set an intention today. And when we set an intention, it just kind of gives us something to look forward to in class, something to work toward. And the really cool thing about intentions is it doesn't have to stay in class. Maybe you're looking for a little bit of, strength to move into the rest of the day, or a little bit of patience, or you need grounding. You can even dedicate your practice. Your intention might be to send love out to someone who really needs it today. You can be creative, whatever you would like. Take a few more moments to set that intention. And bring a little smile to the corners of the mouth. And then go ahead and relax the hands by your sides. We're going to take a little flow with our breath. So take an inhale, right hand to the sky. And exhale, dip to the left. Use your left hand for a little bit of support. Reach. Let that right hip anchor to the floor, opening the space between the ribs and the hips. Might even feel a little stretch through the tricep. And then as you take an inhale again, breathe up. Float the hand down on the exhale. Let's try it again on the left. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale to the right. Anchoring left hip down. Inhale back to center. And exhale, float it down. We're going to do that a few more times. Breathing in, right hand to the sky. And then exhale to the left. Inhale up. Float it down on the exhale. Breathe in the left hand up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. This time, let's inhale the right hand to the sky. Take an exhale, relax the shoulder. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, look to your left and float the right hand down. As you inhale the left hand up, gaze comes forward. Exhale, look to your right, left arm comes down. So we're gazing to the opposite side. Inhale, right hand up, gaze comes forward. Exhale to the right hand down, gaze to the left. One more time, inhale, left hand up, gaze forward. Exhale, gaze to your right. Let the arm come down. Good. Go ahead and bring the head back to center. And we're going to bring the arms out. We're going to do some shoulder rolls here. So as we inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders forward and up. Remember, we're not squishing our ears down to the shoulders. Only the shoulders are moving. Exhale, big circle back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, slowly, mindfully. Full inhale all the way up. Exhale, circle down and back. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, circle down and back. Leave the fingers out. We're going to take an inhale. As we draw the right hands to the left shoulder, we're going to look to our right. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, left hand to right shoulder, gaze over left shoulder. Exhale, open it up. Few more times. Inhale, right hand, left shoulder, gaze over to the right. Exhale, open it up. One more time. Left hand to right shoulder, gaze to the left, and then open it up. Good. Let's inhale, the hands up. Find a deep stretch here, maybe rotating the sits bones forward just a little bit. But we don't want to lift through our chest. We don't want to arch through the back. So we want to keep the rib cage floating downward. Relax the shoulders. Good. We're going to have the hands up here. Find a little movement in the fingers. And then we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to use resistance. And we're going to draw the elbows down, pulling shoulder blades to spine. Inhale up. Use your resistance. Spread those fingers. Find that energy. Exhale, elbows down. Hug shoulder blades to spine like you're trying to pinch a pen or a pencil. Inhale, spread those fingers. Beautiful. Lift and exhale. Hug, 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 hug. 2 more of these, please. Big inhale up. And exhale, bring it down. Last time, draw it up. Exhale, bring it down. Go ahead and release the arms. Let's dip the right ear to the right shoulder, relaxing the shoulders down. Take an inhale, bring the head back above the heart, and we're going to exhale to the left. Left ear towards left shoulder. Inhaling, drawing the head up. Let's do that one more time each side. So to the right. Go ahead and take a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then on that next inhale, bring the head up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. We're going to drop the chin down on the exhale. Chin towards chest. Go ahead and hold here for a moment. And then on an inhale, you're going to draw the nose up towards the ceiling. And then exhale back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath up. And exhale, bring it on down. One more time. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, head over heart. Good. Let's go ahead and release the legs. We've been sitting here for quite a while. If you're sitting up on a block, you might want to go ahead and move that out of the way. You're welcome to sit on a blanket if you'd like, however. We're going to draw the legs out in front, and you're you're going to, if you choose, find a little bit of a little self-massage here, kind of waking up the legs, getting some energy back in there. Good. So let's go ahead and make our way into tabletop position. And you can keep your blocks close at the front of the mat. So in our tabletop position, as always, if you'd like to pad your knees and your wrists, all you got to do is just go ahead and lay your blanket out. And then so when you pad your wrists, wrists are going to be on the blanket. Fingertips are not going to be on the blanket. They're going to be on the mat. So we've got our knees under our hips, wrists under our shoulders, toes behind our knees, and our shoulder blades. We're looking for kind of a dome. We don't want to round the back, but we want it so it's not dropping down. You want to have lots of support here. And we want to find support in our belly as well. And we want to lengthen the crown of the head away from the hips. So finding this position here, nice and strong, gripping a little bit into the fingertips and the mat. We're going to find our cat-cows. So take a nice deep inhale, we're dropping the belly. The shoulders slightly roll back, the gaze and the hips lift. And then exhale, hugging belly to spine, rounding through the back, relaxing the head and pressing up through the palms. And then inhale, finding cow again. And exhale. Let's do it again. Find the cow. And exhale. Come into neutral tabletop. Take an inhale. We're going to find a baby cow. So don't drop as far as you did before, just a little one. And you're going to exhale, dropping the hips towards the heels, and you're going to reach the fingertips out. And maybe you tent the fingers. And when you do that, you're going to find a little bit deeper stretch through the armpit, along the tricep here, and maybe all the way down the side of the body. So if you can, the forehead can come to the floor. It doesn't have to. And take a breath here. Nice deep inhale. And release. On the next inhale, palms are flat and you drag yourself back up into tabletop. Find that baby cow. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale into your child's pose, reaching the fingertips out. Explore through this stretch. And then inhale, palms to the floor, drawing yourself back up. Find that cow. Last time, exhale, hips towards heels, reaching forward with the fingertips, and hold here for a couple of breaths. Really aiming for the breath in between the shoulders to see if you can kind of spread the shoulders out a little bit. Find some expansiveness through that upper back. We're going to go ahead and walk our hands to the left. And you might reach a little farther with the right hand. And from here, we're going to thread the needle. So you're going to take your left hand and cross it back over the right. And you're going to move your right hand a little bit more to the side. And then you can let your shoulder kind of reach towards the floor. If you need a little extra support in the head, you can place a blanket or a block here for support. I don't want you to feel any unnecessary pulling or cranking in the shoulder. You can do this lifting up the hips too. And you might find that one way feels a little bit better than the other. Take a few more breaths here. And then on an inhale, you're going to draw that left palm near your nose and just gently push yourself up. We're going to come back into that child's pose with the fingertips resting out in front of us. Take a full breath here. Explore that upper back once again. And then go ahead and move to the right this time. So we're going to stretch out nice and long. And then let's go ahead and thread the needle. So right hand's going to cross over left. Left hand is going to reach just a little bit more to the right here. And you're just going to kind of explore a comfy position for your shoulder and your head. If you need that extra support, do not be afraid to grab it. Draw that right hand in towards your nose, and this time go ahead and draw yourself up into tabletop position. Very good. So we're just going to find our spinal balance here. So pressing into the palms, engaging in through the belly, reach back with your right leg. And notice how my toes are pointed towards the floor and my hips are even. So my hip isn't lifted, we're not stacked, but we're nice and even. And when we're even like this, our shoulders are going to be even, the spine is going to be straight, and that's what we want. So you might find a little bit of pressure in your left foot, on the top of the left foot, to help with balance. So we've got our right foot behind us. If it feels comfortable to you, reach forward with your left hand. Now you can do either just the hand, just the leg, or you can do both. It is completely up to you. Hugging in through that belly, lengthening from the heel to the fingertips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, knee and elbow come towards each other in the center. They don't have to meet. And then inhaling, reaching back out. We're only going to do 2 more of these. Exhale, draw it to center. Inhale, reach it out. Last time, draw it to center. Exhale. Inhale, stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out, and relax on your exhale. Let's go ahead and come off of our wrists. We're going to turn our toes under, and we're going to sit back onto our toes. And for some folks, if you're not used to doing this, it might not feel very comfortable. If you have pain, please, you can go ahead and bring the toes down. But I have to tell you, this is a really great stretch to do. It can prevent plantar fasciitis, foot cramping, which you actually could be experiencing right now. But the more you do it, the easier it feels. And boy, it does feel good, especially if you're in high heels all day or just some kind of restrictive shoe. Even flip-flops, because when you wear flip-flops, your toes are gripping, and so it's just constricting all those muscles. So it's really nice to get a good stretch through the soles of the feet. And you can do it anywhere. All right, a few more rolls to the wrist. Switch directions if you haven't already. And then let's come on down. We're going to do the opposite side. So find that foundation again. Spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Left leg comes behind you this time, keeping those hips straight across from one another. and pressing into the palms so we're strong through our shoulders, connecting to the core, and then right hand out. And we're just going to hold here for a few moments. Nice strong position. Really good for balancing the left and right brain. And awesome for balance too. All right, here we go. Take an inhale. On the exhale, elbow comes to meet the knee in the center. And then inhale, reach it out. Remember to connect to that core. It'll make this easier. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, stretch it out. We've only got one more. Exhale. Good. Reach it out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhaling, relax. Go ahead and turn the fingertips towards your knees. Woo! So if you're not getting a good stretch here, you can drop your bottom back, and that will really get you a deep stretch. But don't do anything that is too intense. All right, go ahead and give the wrists a little shake. We're going to move into a downward facing dog. So we're going to bring the palms out just a little bit farther than the shoulders, spreading those fingertips out nice and wide. We're going to turn our toes under, and please take your time. So pressing into the palms, connecting that energy all the way up the arms to the shoulders. You're going to kind of sit the hips back and lift the hips up, keeping those arms straight, and then walk the dog. And that just simply means bending the knees and drawing the heels towards and away the floor. And again, you want to get into those toes if you can. This should feel really good on the calves, maybe even all the way up to the hamstrings. The neck should be relaxed. So go ahead and come to the center with the feet. Pausing in your downward facing dog. Rest here for one breath. And then we're going to go ahead and walk those feet forward. We're going to find our forward fold. And here, if your low back is talking to you or your hamstrings are super tight, grab yourself a block or some books so you can bring the floor up a little bit closer to you. If you're in more of a flat back position like I am, as opposed to resting all the way down, the stretch isn't going to be as intense. You'll still get a nice stretch though. So anchoring into the soles of the feet, we're going to draw our weight back into the heels and take a big inhale and come on up. Big breath. And exhale, bring the hands down. Forward fold. Take an inhale, find your flat back. So hands can be on the calves or the shins or the floor, and you're going to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, bring it back down. Fingertips to the floor. We're going to take our right foot back, and we're going to go ahead and drop our back knee. You can release the toes so the top of the foot is on the floor. Front knee is above or a little bit behind your front ankle. You have options here with this back knee too. If you would like a deeper stretch here in your hip flexors, you can draw that knee all the way back. Or back as feels comfortable. But if it feels too tight, please don't try that. All right. So if you, you don't have to use blocks, but if you have them, this is a nice space to grab them, because having, in our low lunge here, having the space between the knee and the chest is kind of nice. And I would just like you to take the gaze forward and relax the shoulders back, kind of lengthening up through the spine here. Good. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and move ourselves up into our crescent lunge. If it feels good to you, you can find a gentle back bend here. So we're anchoring into our foundation, pressing into the sole of the front foot, connecting the top of the back foot and the toes and the knee to the floor. And let your legs find connection too, and they're drawing towards one another. So this is not just a flim-flammy shape. We've got lots of stuff going on here. Take one more inhale. And we're going to exhale, right hand down, left hand stays high. You can use your block or you can come to the floor. Your left arm or your left fingers should be directly above your shoulder. You can gaze at the upper fingers if it feels good in the neck. Otherwise, you can just look down. And then when you're ready, we're going to take an exhale and we're going to frame our front foot. And we're going to inhale back up. Exhale, let the shoulders relax. Inhale, palms together, and we're going to exhale into a twist to the left. Now you can just do a simple twist, keeping those palms together, or you may move into prayer twist. So right elbow on left knee. Again, the gaze can come up towards the ceiling if it feels good in your neck. One more breath here. And then engaging the belly, inhale, fingertips to the sky. And we're going to exhale, left hand down, right hand up. So opposite of what we did before. Gaze can come to the fingertips again. Good. Take an exhale. Draw the right hand down. So both hands are going to be on the inside of the left leg, and we're going to kind of walk that left leg over to the side. So you have a choice here. You can stay with the knee down. This is a variation of lizard, or you can draw your knee up, pressing the heel back. So you take your choice. And we're not going to rest in our lizard pose today. Rest down. Obviously you can if you want to, but I'm going to stay lifted. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. And this is nice to work into the hips. If you want, you can kind of rock your knee from side to side, lifting up the sole of the foot. That'll help drop the hips down a little bit if you've got your back foot or your back knee lifted. Let's go ahead and bring that back knee to the floor if it's up. Grab your blocks if you'd like to use them, and we're going to go ahead and walk back into our runner's lunge. So in our runner's lunge, flexed foot, so toes to the ceiling, and we're going to take our left hip and we're going to drop it back just a little bit, or if you prefer, you can move your right hip forward. We just want to even those out, and you might feel a little bit deeper stretch through the side of the left leg. So here, go ahead and point the toe, get a nice little stretch through the top of the foot. It feels so good. Through the top of the shin, and then go ahead and point again, or flex again, sorry, and then go ahead and point. Good. Go ahead and flex one more time, and then we're just going to go ahead and walk our blocks forward. Bring the hands to the floor. We're going to turn the back toes under, lift up that back leg, and come into forward fold. Let the neck relax, let the shoulders relax, press into the feet, connect to all the toes and the heel. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop our booty down just a little bit, take a big inhale, draw ourselves up. We're going to bring the palms together at center and exhale, float it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time we're going to draw the left leg back and we're going to bring our back knee down. Now, if you're a more advanced practitioner, you are always welcome to go ahead and draw that knee up. Pressing into the front foot, keeping that front knee above your ankle. Also pressing lightly into the back foot, into the top. Let's take an inhale, find our crescent lunge. Exhale, shoulders relax. Again, connect to those legs, feel them pulling towards one another. So it's almost like you're pulling your front heel towards your knee and you're pulling your knee towards your front heel. Take an inhale, and we're going to exhale, find our revolved twist. Gaze to the fingertips if that feels good, relaxing the shoulder. And then on an inhale, draw yourself back up. We find our crescent lunge. Exhaling, relaxing the shoulders. Let's inhale, palms together, and exhale, twist to the right this time. Either just a simple twist, or drop that left elbow to your right thigh, lifting the right elbow to the sky and pressing in between the palms of the hands. Deep breath in, lengthening through the spine. Take an inhale, come forward, fingertips to the sky. We're going to exhale, right hand down this time. Left hand reaches. And then on an exhale, left hand's going to float down. We're going to heel toe our right foot to the side just a little. And then again, you can turn the back toe under, lift up that back leg if it suits you. Otherwise, keep the leg down. Find your lizard pose here, just for a few breaths. And again, you can drop the knee to the side, drawing it in. Go ahead and bring that back knee to the floor and grab your blocks, or you can just walk your hands back and we're going to find our runner's lunge, half splits. Keeping the feet flexed at first, or the foot flexed, and we're going to take our right hip this time and we're going to drop it down just a little. See if we can find that extra engagement along the side of the leg. And if you don't feel it, that's cool, man. That just means that you are, your muscles aren't super tight around that space. And then when you're ready, go ahead and point the toes, getting a really nice stretch at the top of the feet, up through the shin. And then do that a couple of times. And then on the next time you point, go ahead and bend into that knee. And we're going to bring our hands to the inside of the left foot and just swing that right leg behind you. And we're going to go ahead and come into another seated position here. So we're going to move into deer pose. So you're going to draw your left shin out in front of you, and your right leg is going to move behind you. Bend behind you. So sole of your right foot facing the back of the room, your shin is facing your camera here, or your computer. So we're going to take a little twist to the left. So both hands are going to come on over this direction. And I would love for you to just find a little support in the spine here before we move all the way down, if you choose. So we're just going to lengthen through the crown of the head. Let the tailbone move to the floor. And just take 1 or 2 breaths in this position. And then if you want to move down, we have a couple of options. If you have blocks or books or blankets, you can stack those up and rest your forearm on top of them. And you really want to listen to your back in this position, making sure that there is no pain. You might feel a little uncomfortable if you're still tight through the low back. That's kind of normal. And just breathe through it and maybe go through stages. You know, you can start here, and then if you want to, you can move all the way down to the floor. But really listen to what's going on. Challenging your body can be fun, but we definitely don't want to cross that line where we hurt ourselves. And allow yourself to come back to your breath, especially if your thoughts start to wander a little bit. Just come back to the breath. Listen to it, feel it, sensing your breath. One more breath here. And let your palms come to the floor if you've come up to your forearm. And you can take your block and place it in front. We're just going to kind of draw ourselves up to center, and we're going to rest forward. But again, I would like for you to pause. We want to be mindful and slow. If this doesn't feel good on your knee, spread your toes really wide and drop your pinky toe towards the floor. This activates your shin and takes off pressure on the knee. So pressing into the palms, lifting up again, kind of establishing this space. And then when and if you feel you're ready to move down, choose a prop if you'd like, or just come on all the way down. So we're getting into the left hip here. See if you can relax any tension in the shoulders or the neck. These shapes are really nice too if you have a bolster on hand. You can rest on top of your bolster, rest your head and your shoulders. Feels really good. So when you're ready, using the palms of the hands to guide you, bring yourself up. And we're gonna go ahead and just flip our bacon. So right shin is gonna face forward, your sole of your left foot is going to face the back of the room. And then we're going to just line ourselves up to the right here. Palms to the ground, lengthen through the crown of the head. And you might find here too, like how good a twist is going to feel. Like you can kind of shift your right shoulder back a little to get a little bit deeper into a twist, just to kind of see. This side definitely is a little bit more sore than my other side. And then when you're ready, if you haven't already, just go ahead and make your way down. Take a few more breaths here. And then palms to the floor or your block. Up we go. And then we're going to come forward again. So palms to the floor. We're just kind of establishing, seeing where we think our capabilities might be here. Spreading the toes. Even if the knee doesn't hurt, it might be a good idea to spread the toes. So lengthening up through the spine. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come on down. If you're feeling any tightness, see if you can send your breath to that space. Relaxing in the opposite leg if you're feeling any tension. A few more breaths here. Palms to the block or your floor. Draw yourself up. So good. And please make your way onto your back. So we're just going to draw the knees in. And allow yourself a couple of rocks from side to side. And then come to rest here for just a moment. We're going to take our hands. Fingers are going to wrap around so they kind of get into the little crease between the inner thigh and the calf here. And you're just going to let the legs open out wide. Relaxing thoroughly through your shoulders. And maybe here you find a gentle rock in the neck from side to side. And then drawing the knees back to center. Go ahead and let the soles of the feet come to the floor. And then relax them all the way out. Here we are in our final resting pose. If you want a blanket underneath your head to support your neck, please do that. Or you can, or I should say, and you can put a bolster underneath your knees. Whatever feels really good in your body. And maybe draw the feet a little bit wider apart on the mat. So you've just got this awesome space to just let the hips open, the knees, the toes, arms can be spread out wide. And then allow yourself a couple of deep, deep breaths. So big inhale. And release. You can do that whoosh that we did before. Let's do 2 more. Big inhale. And whoosh. 1 more time. Big breath in. And let it go. And then see if you can get that last little bit of your exhale out to really unlock the relaxation in the muscles. And just let them kind of pour away from the bones. Closing your eyes if that feels comfortable, or just gaze at the ceiling. And just really appreciate all that your body does, all that your mind does. And appreciate this opportunity to relax. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Begin to explore a deeper breath, feeling it begin inside. Deep inhale, letting it shine through, and then exhale. Explore some movement with fingers and toes, maybe rocking the head gently side to side. Rolling to one side, allow yourself 1 or 2 breaths here, and then please make your way into a seated position. Let's draw our hands to Anjali Mudra, palms together, right near your heart, letting the thumbs rest against the chest. In honor of our practice together today, always grateful for our practice. Thank you so much for your presence here today. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing today brings you lots of happiness. Thank you so much. Namaste.